lawyers forever.
They spend their week in the courtroom and weekends horseback. Up next, Cowboy Lawyers Association.
We're going to ride right to the top of the park.
It's a beautiful morning here in Griffith Park. A 4,000-acre oasis of urban wilderness in the heart of Los Angeles, with 55 miles of horse trails.
Are there any questions? Anybody have any questions?
A group of riders you might not expect to find in the saddle are about to set out for a 2-hour ride. These cowboys and cowgirls are actually judges and lawyers and members of the Cowboy Lawyers Association.
Cowboy lawyers forever.
Oh, God, I love the Cowboy Lawyers.
Civil attorney Dee Yarnell has been a member of the group for 16 years.
I haven't missed hardly a ride since then.
Today's trek will take about 36 riders up through LA's Hollywood Hills to Mount Hollywood, site of the world-famous Hollywood sign. While you do have to be a judge or an attorney to join this group, you don't have to be a great equestrian or even own a horse to participate in the rides.
We have a stock contract with a local stock contractor who provides horses. Today on our ride, for example, he trailered down 23 horses for our riders.
Many members of the group do own their own horses, like co-founder Jim Nichols, here on his beautiful buckskin quarter horse, Montana.
I've seen horses go over the side, and I had a horse fall off the trail one time with me. It was high enough.
Cowboy Jim, as the attorney is known, got the idea for the group during a settlement conference with an LA Superior Court judge back in 1989.
And we're sitting there and we're talking about the case, and I noticed under the glass top on his desk, he had a picture of him in chaps on top of a mule. So I said, Judge, are you a rider? And he says, yes, I am. He says, are you?
Today, there are more than 260 members of the Cowboy Lawyers, a group that shares a love for horseback riding, the American West, and all that it stands for.
Self-reliant, friendly, cooperative, and not relying on the government too much.
And I think it's very American. I think it's very positive. I think when you think of cowboys, I mean, how can you not like cowboys? I mean, that's who we are.
It's surprising how many lawyers are fascinated by the West, are fascinated by personalities of Western U.S. history.
Lawmen were, of course, a big part of the Old West. Men like Marshal Wyatt Earp, Judge Roy Bean, and Wild Bill Hickok, who served as both a marshal and a sheriff. Fascinating stuff to talk about along the trail. The only thing you're not allowed to discuss is work. Shop talk is forbidden. Besides, a cowboy lawyer ride, whether for a day or an entire weekend, is all about getting away from work.
See the Greek Theater right there on over the edge?
It's just the best thing to be able to come and be out in the wilderness and smell the horses and relax in the sun.
Cowboy Lawyers is the best thing that's ever happened to me. It's a great group of friends. It's a lifetime of activity on horses with people that I like. I can't think of anything better.
The Cowboy Lawyers Association does about half a dozen rides a year, including a couple of overnights, like this beautiful fall weekend ride on the V6 Ranch.
Well, first of all, we're blessed with just absolutely beautiful piece of property.
Located 200 miles north of LA, the V6 Ranch is 20,000 acres of beautiful, unspoiled Central California, with a unique guest operation, welcoming both horse owners and keeping a string of well-trained rental horses for everyone else, from beginners to experts.
A big part of our business is groups just like Cowboy Lawyers here that bring their own horses and ride on a regular basis, but want to have a chance to come and ride on the ranch here on the V6. And what we do here that most places can't do is we're also a cattle operation, so we can do all the things we normally do with the cattle.
Cattle work would come tomorrow. This day would be spent on the trail, soaking in the scenery of this magnificent place. Everywhere you can see is a V6, huh?
That's correct.
No better antidote to a high-stress job than saddling up with a group of friends who love to ride.
I love the people. I love the horses, the scenery. Everything's beautiful.
Lots of fun to hang out with these men and women, and they'd love to have more members.
If you are a lawyer and you do want to ride horses and you want to have a lot of fun and you're fun to be with, give us a call and join up, because we'd love to have you.
But what if you're not a lawyer in Southern California? Well, why not start your own crew? There are people in every walk of life who love to ride and love the West. You can start up the Cowboy Contractors, Cowgirl Beauticians, or the Cowboy Insurance Agents. It's all about getting together on horseback in some nice country to enjoy a day of the Western lifestyle, or perhaps an entire weekend at the V6 Ranch.